some noise for Vincent Blackshear. Let him hear it. Come on.
Yes, give it up for John Hilder one more time, everyone. I love John, man. He's a good friend of mine. If slavery came back, but I got to choose my master, I choose John. He's Mormon, with 5 wives, how much work can there be? Oh my God, I just came back from doing stand-up comedy in Boise, Idaho. And people in Idaho are super nice. And being from Vegas, it creeped me the fuck out. This random dude on the sidewalk was like, hey man, how's your day going? And I was like, excuse me, did we fuck last night? I don't know you. Growing up in Vegas makes for a horrible person. I watch couples argue in my spare time. The best couples argument I ever saw was in Planned Parenthood. Woo! For Planned Parenthood? And mind you, this is a Planned Parenthood in Vegas, so it's fucking packed. It's practically the DMV. So there I was in the lobby, and this dude stands up and he goes, Stacy, I told you we should have came here earlier. And the chick was like, Mark, you coming early is why we're here. That comeback was so good, her baby kicked. I saw it. It was like, fuck you! It was amazing. I don't think I ever want kids, man. Because kids are just people you have to lie to constantly. Like when I was 8 years old, my dad told me I could be an astronaut. Last week, he told me Ross was hired. That's not funny, that's just personal. A lot of prostitutes in Vegas. I remember the first time a prostitute hit on me. She walked up and she was like, hey, just to let you know, I'm not wearing any panties. And I was like, well, just to let you know, there's a Ross across the street. Also, my dad says they're hiring. I just recently moved into a nice Mexican neighborhood. It's extremely festive. In 1 week, my neighbor had a baby shower, a quinceañera, and a wedding. And I was like, Jesus, that girl's growing up fast. For those of you placing bets, you can stop now. I'm mixed race. Yeah, I'm... Thank you, racist man in the back. I'm a black and Filipino, or as the cops describe me, Puerto Rican. It's weird, I've never had a knife on me my entire life. And it's strange, man, like being mixed race, I always have the same awkward conversation. There's always some dude that's like, hey Vince, what are you mixed with? And I go, well, I'm black and Filipino. And then he'll go, oh, that's a good mix. What? Was there a wrong answer to this question? What if I would have said I'm Polish and Filipino? You would have been, ugh, disgusting. You're barely a person, Jesus. I can't stand when people come up to me and they tell me what I look like. It's like, hey man, do you know what you look like? Like, yeah, I know I look like a homeless Bruno Mars. Thanks. I know I look like I moved here because of the volcano. I know this. I don't fucking need you. I'm self-conscious because of that, man. Like in high school, I would always get cornrows to try to look more black. But no one told me when you get cornrows, they just pull your skin back and make you look way more Asian. I look like a Chinese man in a wind tunnel. It was horrible. I have a dad, he's black and he's there, so he's great. And I love him because he's old and black, which is like super entertaining. Like, he's so old and black, every time his phone service drops, he just blames it on the white man. He went on a rant about it. He was like, Vince, in America, the black man's either behind bars or without bars. And I was like, dang, you have to understand, this has nothing to do with you being black. This has something to do with you using cricket. And that has something to do with you being black. My dad always brags, man. He's like, well, back in my day, we didn't need smartphones. I'm like, yeah, that's a good thing. Can you imagine a racist-ass Google Maps? It doesn't tell you where to go, it just tells you where you belong. How does that voice sound? Your destination is 417 miles back the way you came. Believe it or not, before stand-up comedy, I used to be a correctional officer in prison because the pay is good and they say they drug test, but they don't. I know this because I smoked weed every morning before work, and it's not a good look when you walk into prison smelling like freedom. I got that 20 for you out the show, don't you worry about it. Working in prison, people always ask me, Vince, what's the most dangerous guy you've ever seen in prison? I go, well, that's easy. It was a giant white dude, covered in tattoos, has killed multiple people. His name was Officer Richardson. A common question I always had for myself was if I ever caught two inmates making love in a cell, how would I stop them? Would I just yell basic prison shit like, get on the ground? And they're like, good idea. I consider myself really progressive. I love gays, lesbians, transsexuals, all the other Pornhub categories. Matter of fact, I think it's time we have a gay rapper, but like a gay gangster rapper. Because the hardest thing a regular rapper can say is like, hey yo dude, I'll take your bitch. But a gay rapper could be like, hey yo dude, I'll take you. It's a whole different type of threat. You want to lose your respect or your ass, that's on you, man. How hard are these beats gonna drop? Oh my God. I'll end on this. I recently was watching the news, and they're talking about Walmart is thinking about having weed dispensaries in Walmart. And it's gonna be so strange to buy weed from a Walmart associate on the clock, right? Can you imagine that? Excuse me, miss, is this a sativa or indica? No, honey, that's weed. Sativa works in electronics. And that's been my time. My name is Vincent Blackshear. Thank you so much.